So the first indicator I'm going to talk about is safe swimming in the bay. So if you're recreating in the bay, if you're swimming or sailing or paddling, if you accidentally ingest some of the water and that water is contaminated, you could become ill. So bacteria, viruses, and protozoa are things that could cause illness. There are hundreds of things out there that could make you sick. It's impossible for us to test for all of them. So we test instead for what are called indicator bacteria. And those are bacteria that tend to be present when fecal contamination is present. And so the indicator we use in Morro Bay is Enterococcus. You may have heard of E. coli. That's a very common indicator in freshwater, but it doesn't work very well in marine waters because the salt tends to kill it off. So today we'll be presenting data going back to 2005 that our program has collected. So how might bacteria make it into a water body like Morro Bay? So say you have a boat and it's got a waste holding tank. If the tank is leaking or if the boat owner deliberately dumps the tank into the bay, that can be a source of bacteria. Wildlife can be a source, birds, runoff from livestock operations or runoff from pet waste in urban areas. And then septic systems and sewage treatment plants can be a source, but usually only if they're not operating properly. If they are working properly, they should not be introducing bacteria. So our volunteers head out each month. They go to 8 sites around the bay. They collect samples using sterile technique. They bring them to the Morro Bay Cayucas wastewater treatment plant lab, and then they process them for Enterococcus. They incubate them overnight, and then they return the next day to read the results. So this map shows the 8 sites along the Morro Bay shore where we monitor each month since 2005. And the color of each dot indicates the bacteria status. So the green color means that each of these sites have a score of either very good or good, meaning they have a grade of either an A or a B. But regardless of how good the water quality is normally, following a storm, it's always bad. So Heal the Bay and Surfrider recommend that you stay out of the water for 72 hours following a storm.